Hello there! If you've ever found yourself just lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, feeling completely exhausted, but your brain is just wide awake, then this is for you. We're going to take a gentle look at why sleep can be so hard to find sometimes, and more importantly, how you can start to invite your body back into a state of natural, easy rest. You know the feeling, right? It's that moment you've been looking forward to all day. You finally get to rest. But the second your head hits that pillow, it's like your brain suddenly decides, okay, time to solve every problem you've ever had, replay awkward conversations from 2007, and you know what? Let's plan the next 10 years. Sound familiar? I want you to know you are so not alone in this. So many of us feel this strange disconnect. Your body is just screaming for sleep, but your mind is off running a marathon. And that whole cycle, it can actually make you feel anxious about bedtime itself, turning what should be a peaceful retreat into something you dread. But here's a different way to think about it. What if this isn't some kind of personal failure? What if it's just a signal from your body? Your inability to sleep is often your body's way of telling you that your nervous system is kind of stuck in on mode, making it almost impossible to switch over to rest. And this brings us to probably the single most important thing to hear tonight. You can't force yourself to sleep. In fact, trying harder, squeezing your eyes shut, telling yourself, go to sleep, that actually does the complete opposite. It just creates more stress and pushes sleep even further away. So we've got to change our whole approach. So let's redefine what sleep even is. It's not an action item on your to-do list like brushing your teeth. It's a natural state that your body enters. But, and this is the key, it only does that when it feels safe, relaxed, and ready to recover. And this shows it perfectly. It's like there are two different modes. Over on the left, you have alert mode. That's when you're stressed, anxious, overstimulated. And on the right, relaxation mode, feeling safe, relaxed, and ready. The thing is, you can't be in both modes at once. Our whole goal is to gently guide our body from the left side over to the right. So let's look at this with a bit more compassion. Insomnia doesn't mean you're broken. It's just a message. It means that, for a whole bunch of reasons, your body is still on high alert. It hasn't gotten the all-clear signal that it's safe enough to power down for the night. And if we look at the biology, it's kind of like a hormonal tug-of-war. When we're stressed out, our body pumps out cortisol, which is our main alertness hormone. But when cortisol is high, it actively pushes down melatonin, the hormone that tells our brain it's nighttime. They simply can't both be high at the same time. So what's keeping that cortisol so high? Well, it's usually the usual suspects of our modern lives, right? Things like chronic stress, the blue light from our phones tricking our brain into thinking it's still daytime, that 4 p.m. coffee, or even just a brain that's gotten into the habit of being super active right when it should be winding down. Okay, so we get the problem. Now, the big question is, how do we actually gently create the right conditions for rest? How do we start sending our body those "it's safe to relax now" signals? Let's walk through a few really simple ways to do just that. One of the most powerful tools you have is literally your own breath. When you make your exhale longer than your inhale, you're sending a direct message to your nervous system to calm down. Let's try one right now. Just a gentle inhale for 4, and then a really slow, long exhale for 6. See? Just a few of those can start to shift everything. It's also about setting the stage in your environment. Try dimming the lights about an hour or so before you want to sleep. That encourages your brain to make melatonin. Put the phone away, maybe pick up a book or listen to some calm music. And if your mind is just buzzing with thoughts, try a brain dump. Literally grab a notepad and write down every single worry or to-do item. Get it out of your head and onto the paper. Now, just as important as the things to do are the things to not do. There are a few really common habits that seem harmless, but are actually pouring gasoline on the fire of a sleepless night. First, stop checking the clock. All that does is create anxiety about how much sleep you're not getting. Second, don't scroll on your phone. It's a blast of blue light and stimulating content right when you need the opposite. Lying in bed worrying also just trains your brain to think your bed is a place for stress. And please, don't blame yourself. That just adds another layer of stress hormones to the mix. Ah, yes, the dreaded 2 a.m. wake-up. You fall asleep just fine, but then bam, you're wide awake and your mind is already racing. The first instinct is to panic, but having a calm, simple plan can change everything. Okay, the absolute most important thing here is to stay calm. Keep the lights as low as possible. Do not look at the clock. Just come back to that slow, gentle breathing. And if you're still lying there wide awake after, say, 20 minutes, it's actually better to get up and do something really boring in dim light, like reading the dictionary, until you feel sleepy again. Are you starting to see the theme here? Everything we're talking about, it all comes back to creating a sense of safety and calm. Whether it's at the beginning of the night or in the middle of it, sleep isn't something you can hunt down. It's something that finds you, but only once your body feels secure enough to finally let its guard down. And please, please be patient with yourself. You're basically retraining your nervous system. This isn't an overnight fix. It's a gradual process. So try to celebrate the small wins and just focus on creating slightly better conditions for sleep each night. Over time, your body will absolutely relearn how to rest. I really want to leave you with this thought. You are not broken. There is nothing wrong with you. Your body isn't failing you. It's communicating with you. It's asking for a change of pace. It's asking for some reassurance that everything's okay. And it's asking for the deep rest it so deeply deserves. So as we wrap up, here's a little question to take with you. This doesn't have to be some massive life overhaul. Maybe it's just taking 5 slow breaths. Maybe it's putting your phone down just 15 minutes earlier than usual. What is one small, gentle step you can take tonight to start creating that sense of safety and to invite rest back into your life? And before we sign off, just a quick reminder, this is all for educational purposes and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. If you have ongoing sleep issues or any health concerns, please always talk to a qualified healthcare provider. We wish you a peaceful night's rest.